Stimulators, what's going on? Or should I say beautiful minds of the multiverse? Yes, we're here again for another video. I want to send some shout outs. I'm really not in the business of, like calling names on the channel, but I think it's warranted in this case. But before I get into that, big up everybody who subscribed to the channel. We've been growing and we're really going to have a lot of fun together. I apologize for the late video, but I had some challenges, but the good thing is that we are ready to roll right now. I would like to say a special thank you to Sharon and Janet for orchestrating that Gleaner interview. I mean, since we did that interview, we realized that the subscriptions went through the roof, and we're very grateful for that. So you guys continue to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Persons of influence who use their platform to share my story, like Auntie Donna, Warkiles TV, and Papoy's Newslink. Actually, I did an interview with Papoy's Newslink. You can go by his page and watch it. Papoy's Newslink, PNL. Check out the interview, learn some more about Kevin Lewin. Yes, so today we are going to be talking about the mind and how I decided that was going to be the primary focus for today. Over the last year, I've been trying to do some meditating or practicing meditation, but I really lack the discipline. I don't have that kind of discipline that some people have to stay concentrated for that long. My attention span is very short. So I realized that when I'm trying to meditate, like very early in the meditation, very early in the process, like my mind starts to wander off on a million and one things. So, I kind of like trying to get to that point where I can meditate properly. So if you guys have any tips that can assist me, you can send that in the comment section. We've heard these cliche statements from, like, we know ourselves. The mind is a powerful thing to waste. The mind can allow you to do anything. The mind is your best friend. All of those statements. But how well or how deep do we really process those statements? I want to liken the mind as a muscle, and the more you exercise the mind, the more you train the mind, then the more powerful it becomes, the stronger it becomes. So it's just like somebody who is a fitness instructor or a bodybuilder, because they put in a lot of work into the craft, that they'll get like very strong, bulky. If you see somebody like that on the road, you would be reluctant to really get into a fight with someone like that. That's the same way how the mind works. The more powerful the mind is, it's like a repellent to negative thoughts and negative energy. So once you feed your mind with positive energy, then you will realize that a lot of things, like trivial things, or what I don't call them problems, what I call unfavorable situations, won't be allowed to infiltrate your mind and cause you to get in that space where you feel like giving up or you become a pessimist. So we should be very careful what we put in our minds. Be very careful about the things that we harbor into our thoughts. It's like simple math. Whatever you put out is what you're going to get back. So anything you put in the universe, anything you speak about in the universe, that's why we have to be very careful, because sometimes we say things and we don't really think about it, and we put it into the universe, and then what happens that when it comes back on us, then we blame others or we blame the situation or whatever for our misfortunes or mistrials. So I want you guys to always remember to keep a strong and positive mind. Keep your mind strong. Sometimes when we make decisions, we do it with a weak mind. And what I mean when I say it's a weak mind is that we don't really put a lot of thought into it, or we don't spend time to make our mind negative proof. So that is how, for me, that is how I actually get by throughout my days. Like, I always try to feed my mind with positive energy. It could be something from the past. It could be something that I'm thinking about that I want to do in the future. So there's no open window for any negative thoughts or energy to really enter your mind. And even if they do, because we're humans, so even when those thoughts come about, based on how you train your mind and exercise your mind, and those moments won't be, those moments will be short-lived. I want to share a quick story about how the mind really works. In my case, in 2014, I was driving along a main road and there was a sign from a major development that says phase 2 coming soon, housing development. And my son was in the car and he was reading the sign. He was 4 years old at the time. And he said, "Daddy, are you going to buy one of those houses?" And without even missing a beat, I just said yes. I wasn't even processing the information. I wasn't even thinking about it. I just told him yes. Fast forward 4 years later. And guys, the number 4 and the number 7, they are my favorite numbers, and have a lot of reasons why those are my favorite numbers, but I have to save that for another episode. I'm not going to get into that today. And 4 years later, I got an email from a bank that they had a digital loan for me. And I was like, what am I going to do with this money now? I don't take no loan, I have to pay back money, and I don't know what am I going to do with the money. And I had the email there sitting down, and about 2 weeks had passed. Went back in the email, looked at it, and I was like, I don't want to take this money because I don't know what to do with it. And if I take it, I'm going to spend it, and then I have to end up paying it back. And I was having a conversation with a family member about the money, and the family member asked me, in a sarcastic way, "You don't know what to do with the money?" And I still wasn't even processing it, still wasn't, thinking about it seriously. And as the conversation ensued, it was mentioned again, "You really don't know what to do with the money?" And then the person said, "Well, there are houses in X place and you can use it and make a deposit." And right away, when that was said, it actually clicked in my head. I actually said that 4 years ago, that I told my son that I was going to buy a property in that development. And it happened. Now, that story kind of sound like, yeah, we know them regular story there, but if it doesn't happen to you, or you've never experienced that, then you won't really get what I am saying. But that is exactly how the universe works. Whatever you put out there, that's what you receive. So always make sure that you put positive energy into the universe, and always harbor positive people around you. Don't allow people with negative thoughts to come around you, because they'll eventually drown you, or you'll be consumed in their way of thinking. Sometimes having a strong mind can be misconstrued with being irresponsible or overly optimistic. And what I mean by that is that I'm a person who, up until maybe 5-6 years ago, I was a person who just thought that you just need to live for the moment and tomorrow will speak for itself. And in some way, I actually still do live like that, but actually try to be more responsible in my thinking. For example, I could know that next 2 weeks I'll be getting $1 million. It's not in my hand, but I know I'll be getting it. That's the ideal situation. And today, I go and do something that's going to cost me $1 million or value $1 million. And then having that expectation in my head that in the next 2 weeks, I can fix this or I can cover this. And that is not really being optimistic. That's really being irresponsible or getting ahead of yourself. So I don't want us to confuse being optimistic with just going about and just doing things and say, yeah man, if we do this today, tomorrow I can fix, no problem. No, I don't want us to do that. I want us to be very calculative in our thoughts so that we can make the correct decision and the right decision. The mind is really responsible for every decision that we make, whether it's a good decision or a bad decision. It doesn't make, regardless of how you may think, all your actions are probably 90% of your actions are as a result of what you first thought in your mind. So some people usually say, oh, mind they tell me say we must do it and we never supposed to do this. Yes, it just sound like you hear it every day, but it's true because every action that you make, you actually thought about it first before you do it. And whether you make a bad decision or not, you still processed it. So even when you did something that is bad, you already know you were going to do it because you decided to do it. So mentally, that's what you did. But the more you train your mind, the more you exercise your mind, you will be better able to make proper decisions. Did you know that it takes a lot more energy for us to remain calm than to be rebellious? Because human nature is that if somebody says something wrong to you or do you something wrong, it's quicker for you to blow a lid than for you to think about it and say, you know what, let me leave this alone. I'm not going to get myself involved in this kind of energy or this kind of activity. It takes a lot more for you to get to that place where you can decide to do that rather than to just get really crazy on somebody. So just feed your mind with the right thoughts, keep your mind active, and just believe in what you're doing and try to encourage people as well. When you're encouraging people and motivating people, you're actually building yourself and you're actually getting stronger. And when somebody can say to you that, say, boy, me hear you say that thing there, and when me think about it, say I really true. I'm glad say you say that, man, because maybe me didn't need to hear that. It makes you feel good. So just continue to be a light to those persons who are in their dark times, and just be a light to yourself and to the people around you. Whatever you put in, that's what's going to be exuded. That's what people are going to remember you for. So always put out positive energy so that you can receive positive energy. Pretty much just train your mind. Just allow yourself to grow into somebody who is positive. Even if you weren't like that before, just try to be a positive person, and you realize that there are a lot of things that you were not able to see before that you will see now. There are a lot of opportunities that are going to come, and you're not going to miss them because your mind is in the right space. All right, so that's going to be it for exploring the mind. Just before I go, guys, if you're watching this video and you're not yet a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that when I upload a video, you guys will be notified. And also, I want you to hop over to my son's channel. He's a 10 years old gamer. I need you to go and check out his channel. Have your kids check out his channel. And if you're into games as well, you can also subscribe to the channel. His channel is called Blocky Boy Noob. Yeah, I know, name sound weird, right? But not until he explained it to me, I got what it meant. So it's Blocky Boy Noob, BLOCKYBOINOOB. So go and check out his channel, guys, and like, share, and subscribe. Alright, see you on the next video.